Coming up on this edition of MHS Rewind, we'll take a look back at the drama club play, A Christmas Carol, Scrooge and Marley, and have a preview of the Madrigals' dinner.
And in sports, we'll take a deeper look at how the girls' basketball team has started their season and have a preview of the swimming team. Good morning, MHS. I'm Annie Keister.
And I'm Joey Marketan, and we'll have all that and more coming up on this edition of MHS Rewind.
The drama club play, A Christmas Carol, Scrooge and Marley, wrapped up last weekend. Tyler Johnson has the story.
No, kind spirit. Say he will be spared.
Drama Club held their production of A Christmas Carol last weekend. This story put a twist on the Dickens original with the audience seeing more of Jacob Marley on stage. In this show, Ebenezer Scrooge is visited by three spirits who try to help him have a change of heart and see his life from a different perspective.
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
The show was complete with fog, music, lights, and moving scenery to create almost absurdist theater. Zach Olsen, who played the character of Scrooge, felt passionate about his role.
The thing is, I love the story and I love the character, and to play the character and to have him travel throughout the entire story, that was probably my favorite part, was just getting into the character depth and really channeling the character.
Gianni Adams also had fun with her challenging role of Mrs. Cratchit.
Mrs. Cratchit was a very supporting, loving wife, loved her husband, loved her family, and I've always played more of the more aggressive roles, so this was a really fun challenge for me.
Both actors thought the show was a success.
I think overall, a lot of people did really well. There were some struggles here and there, but all in all, everyone did a fantastic job, and I'm really happy with the cast that we have.
Hush me no longer.
I feel like this was a show the audience really enjoyed coming to, but I would also say the show was successful for us as a cast because we really banded together and made the show presentable and got done what needed to be done.
For MHS Rewind, I'm Tyler Johnson.
The MHS Madrigals are gearing up for their season this year, and as Zachary Olsen tells us, it's looking to be a great winter season.
The MHS Magical Group has been warming up for the winter season since the beginning of the school year. The team has worked extremely hard to prepare for the performances. They have done 3-hour rehearsals every Tuesday after school, and they even went on a retreat for a weekend where they would do team-building exercises and work 24/7 on their songs. Tim James, the man in charge of the Magical Group, said that they have the potential to be the best magical group he has ever had.
Well, they're going to make a decision. They're going to either be the best magical group I've had, or they're going to choose to be as good as all the rest.
This year marks the 51st year of Madrigals at MHS. A select group of 16 singers from the concert choir and show choir make up the group, which is the top singing group in the choral program. They wear clothing from the medieval time period, and they sing without accompaniment, and they sing during the month of December. It's a tough group to get into because it's by invitation only.
Being a Madrigal is actually extremely fun. You befriend all the people that you sing with. You make great chords, great music with them, and it's just a blast.
The Madrigals are hosting the annual Madrigal Dinner here at Martinsville High School at 6 p.m. this Saturday. For the Madrigal Dinner, the Madrigals transform the cafeteria into a medieval hall, and they sing, they act,
Me! I just saw the saddest movie in my life.
and they interact with the audience. The Madrigals will start performing all around town on December 6th, and will continue all through December, and they will be ending their season towards the end of February. All in all, the Madrigals are feeling really confident in this season, and can't wait to perform for everyone and bring some holiday cheer to Martinsville. For MHS Rewind, I'm Zachary Olsen.
Now let's turn our attention to Artesian athletics. The MHS girls basketball team is off to a red-hot start this season, and as Andrew Walker tells us, it's all about the defense.
There's a saying in basketball that goes, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And a championship is exactly what head coach Vince Sorbonne was aiming for when he brought in longtime friend and defensive specialist Gary Robinson.
He knew we had a great group, and he knew that we needed some help on that end where he has some expertise, and he's been wonderful to have. Another voice in practice and in games.
Robinson comes to Martinsville after coaching tenures as an assistant at Center Grove and a head coach at Lutheran.
Coach Robinson has really brought a lot of enthusiasm to practice about defense. Our defense has improved a ton since last year. We're a lot quicker on our feet than we have been in the past.
All of us have contributed a lot more on defense, and I think we're going to get a lot better throughout the season, and we're going to put more effort in than we already have.
Robinson has been pushing the players to be in shape more than ever this year. Their defensive efforts have really made the difference in a few close games.
I think there's more attention to detail on the defensive side. We haven't shot particularly well in some games, but our defense has kept us in those games, giving us a chance to win. We've got such a great group. We've got a lot of depth. Our goal for the season is to get to the Final Four, and that's a difficult task.
If the saying holds true, offense wins games and defense wins championships, Coach Sorbonne, Coach Robinson, and the Artesians are going to have a field day whenever regional time comes around. For MHS Rewind, I'm Andrew Walker.
The boys team is finishing up preparation for their season, and they have a couple goals in mind. Time has run out for head coach Kip Staggs and the Martinsville High School boys basketball team to prepare for this year. Last year, their season ended early.
Three ball, made it, and we're going to overtime.
However, this year, they are ready for redemption.
Last season, we lost in the first round of sectionals, which was pretty shocking to all of us, so hoping to at least get out of the first round, maybe win sectionals and win mid-state again.
Staggs has those same two general goals in mind every season, to compete at a high level in the conference and work towards another conference title for a fourth year in a row. Staggs will look to lone seniors Levi Chandler and Andrew Thomas to have a big impact on the floor.
Well, Levi Chandler's really come out and has done a great job. He's shooting the ball well. He's really turned into a solid leader for us. And then obviously Andrew Thomas is a young man that's come back to our program, and looking for him to run the court, defend, and rebound. If we get that out of Andrew, we're going to really be a much better team.
Chandler has been very impressed with the younger players and sophomore Tyler Stead's dedication to the game.
Tyler has improved a lot over the summer, I feel. Also, Matthew Douglas and Chase Haviland. Chase played on the freshman team, Matt also played on the freshman team, but they're looking to step up, be a big role in our offense and defense.
Junior Jonathan Collier was also surprised with the underclassmen's hard work. Collier has had some hard work himself while trying to transition from football to basketball.
I'm out of shape. The conditioning has been a little tough on me, but other than that, it's been a real easy transition.
The boys will be back on the court tomorrow at home against Greenwood.
The boys and girls swim teams are heading into a new season, and there are some new faces on the team.
Hard work works. That's the motto for assistant swim coach Clifford Marr, which goes along with the team's motto, hard work pays off. It's a good mindset to have as the Martinsville swim team heads into their new season.
We're really looking for them to improve overall throughout the season. Many of them are coming in from middle school, so it's a different kind of atmosphere. It's a little more competitive. All we really want and what we're expecting most is that they keep working hard and grow throughout the season.
Freshman Miles Anderson admitted it's a difficult switch from the middle school team, but he is willing to accept the challenge and dedicate himself to the sport.
Working harder, doing more reps after practice and during practice.
The young team is made up of mostly freshmen and sophomores, but there are also several veterans to look out for this season, including senior Riley May, a 4-year veteran of the team. May is looking forward to her final season as an Artie and has big expectations for herself this year.
My main goal is to break that 200 record up there and maybe even break my 500 record again.
May, along with her teammates and coaches, have already gotten back into the grind this season. They come in before school 3 days a week, after school 4 days, and every Saturday morning.
Mostly just yardage, getting a lot of swimming in, but we also have some sessions where we just talk about technique, maybe review some film, we just had a pretty good goal session on this last Saturday.
Practicing a lot more, which I haven't been doing over the summer, but I'm getting back in the water and I'm getting used to my old regimen again.
The team will be back in the pool tonight at home against Owen Valley.
The Artesian wrestlers are starting off their season in a new place, and as Haley Parnell tells us, it's more beneficial for the team and their upcoming season.
Sweat, blood, and hard work. That's what the MHS wrestling team is putting into the start of their season. And they are doing all of that in a new location. The team is practicing in the basement of the Central Education Center, and they have a lot more space.
It has been more beneficial for the size. We were able to run full practices, don't have to go in groups.
The old wrestling room was much smaller, and the lack of space sometimes led to injuries. But with the new space, almost 3 times the size, the team feels much more comfortable with all they are getting accomplished.
We just have so much more room to just drill and practice everything that we can, because it's so much more like being in a match and having just as much space as you do in a match.
The team is undergoing intense practices while being pushed to their full potential by head coach Dave Contreras and assistant coach Briar Runyon. The wrestlers have brought a new mindset to practices in hopes of giving it their best shot.
Our attitude is 100% different. The attitude is much better. We had a rough weekend this weekend, but they've already shown that they've sat down, they've thought about it, and they're ready to overcome it.
The team has several returning seniors and promising freshmen. Ethan Runyon is currently ranked 10th in the state at 182 pounds, and Clayton Scroggs is ranked 3rd at 220 pounds and finished 5th at state last season.
Hopefully we can send more to Bankers Life Fieldhouse in February, and hopefully we can come away with a couple state titles.
If that happens, the wrestling team will be looking for more room in the trophy case. For MHS Rewind, I'm Haley Parnell.
Congratulations to MHS senior Colton Tribby. He was named to the All-Mid-State Conference team in football. The senior wide receiver hauled in 43 receptions this season for 672 yards and 7 touchdowns.
That does it for this edition of MHS Rewind. For Annie Keister and the rest of the advanced broadcasting class, I'm Joey Marketan.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.